But guys, let's get into the pros of The Amazing Spider-Man. First things first, I do want to say that I like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I personally believe Andrew Garfield being more of the older college student Peter Parker, so I do think that like his Peter Parker doesn't work that well in these films, but I do believe him as Spider-Man, and I love him a lot as Spider-Man. Whereas Tobey Maguire, for me, he was more of a believable Peter Parker than a Spider-Man. Andrew's the opposite for me, right? So I do also want to say that I love Gwen Stacy in this film. I love Emma Stone playing Gwen Stacy. You guys know that they were dating while these films were going on, so like they had perfect fucking awesome chemistry, and I can't ever argue with that. Their chemistry was top tier. One of the other things that I do like about The Amazing Spider-Man is the Lizard. I love Kirk Connors, I love that character, and I love the Lizard in this film. I personally think he looked pretty fucking believable. I actually was surprised in 2012 the CGI in this film was pretty good for the Lizard. I really liked it. I loved everything about the Lizard. I loved how his origin was being told. Now, they do like to market this film as the untold story, but really, it's kind of the same fucking thing. Let's face it, really, it is. But we got the Lizard now as the villain, right? Okay. I say it was kind of like a different thing, but we do get a kind of new look to Peter's parents, whatever happened to them, and I thought it was an interesting approach, but I wish we would have got more of that in the film. We got a little, like the first 10 minutes of it, but that's it. But we do kind of have it lingering around the story in the background, but it doesn't take... Dogs barking, and I did enjoy the Lizard, but one of the things I do want to talk about is they try to market this film as being the untold story of what happened with what happened with Peter's parents, and we do learn a little bit about it in the first 5 to 7 minutes, and then what ends up happening is it's kind of a story that lingers around in the background of the film, of its base or its main plot. I really wish we would have got more of a subplot with his parents throughout the film, and they tried to do that, but it didn't really pay off that well for me. So I liked what we got about learning about his parents and that stuff, but I wish we would have got a lot more of it. I also will say, besides having good CGI, very good fight sequences and very good action, I will have to say, I really dig this suit in this film. So it really does feel like a homemade suit as well, but yeah, people say it may look like a basketball or some shit, but I like the gold eyes. I like this different kind of look for Spider-Man. I really dug it. I don't know, I always go back and forth with what suit I like better. Do I like this better? Do I like this suit better than the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit? I think I would like to, it's so hard because I like both of the suits a lot. I think I would like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 lenses. I think that would look pretty fucking cool. But overall, for the suit design, I thought it was so fucking cool. It was different. It kind of looked alien-ish, but I liked it. I really did like it. Now, with both of these films, you cannot argue with the web slinging. The web swinging in these films are fucking awesome and cool. The visuals are beautiful. I will also have to say that, yeah, it had awesome visuals. In a Spider-Man film, I mean, especially with the Tom Holland Spider-Man films these days, they don't really have good visuals. I'm sorry, they really fucking don't. That's just my opinion. They just feel no personality to them. They just feel really Marvel Cinematic Universe-ish. But in this film, there's really good visuals, and I love that, and that was cool. And like I said, the web swinging it's fucking crazy. Alright, let's get into the cons about The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, I do have cons about this film, but I will say that my pros outweigh the cons. I will say the cons for this is this film could have had a little bit more of action. I am glad with the action we got in this film, but I think it could have used a little bit more towards it. Now, I know a lot of people complained about this film, that Spider-Man was in the dark most of the film. I don't really care. I thought it was a different approach, and I kind of liked it a lot, actually, not gonna lie. Let's talk about Andrew's Peter. He acts too cool in high school. He acts like he's too cool for high school, right? And I feel like it wasn't until the second film that I believed him more as being Peter. But definitely, high school Peter, Andrew Garfield does not cut it. He's too hot, just saying. But also, he's just not believable for being part of Peter, for me at least. But he's perfect as Spider-Man, I will say that. Now, this is one of the biggest problems with me for this film is throughout half of the film, they abandon the reason why he became Spider-Man. Now, the reason he becomes Spider-Man, he's trying to track down the car thief that killed, he killed Uncle Ben. And I think that, to me, that bothers me a lot, that Peter should have had a closure moment and caught him and realized, like, hey, I'm not going to kill him. But that doesn't happen in this film. They just abandon that plot line. And that really always bothered me. And it really did throughout the film. And, like, obviously, like, yeah, when you get the lizard and all this cool big CGI fest going, then it's not too much, like, a problem. But it always did with the first film, always bother me. And that's just, it is what it is, you know? But I will say, guys, I'm going to give you my rating for The Amazing Spider-Man right now. And it is a solid 8 out of 10. I love this film. I'm sorry. I like this film a lot. I went to see it on July 3rd of 2012. And I really liked it. I really enjoyed this film a lot. But guys, let me know your thoughts below on The Amazing Spider-Man. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? By the way, I also will say another con of the film is the score. But The Amazing Spider-Man 2 score, whew, we'll talk about that real soon. But guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.